Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mandy Moberg. I am the Research and Development Manager at Good Time Games. It's very nice to meet you. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about our new game, Altron. So just so I can introduce you to the team, we have Rody, he's our IT manager, and we have Gavin with accounting, our accounting manager. We have Jenna as our marketing manager, and Jocelyn lastly as our advertisements manager. So first off, I'm just going to go over the research and development part of our speech. So a little bit about my role is that we do concept development. So we work with the design team to generate new ideas that meet Good Time Games strategic standard. And we do product research, which is very important, just seeing what kind of competitors we have out there. We conduct market research to identify current trends and preferences. And we analyze the landscape that's the competitive landscape to inform the development of new games. And then for prototyping and testing, I oversee creation of prototypes, and I manage testing and refinement processes. So it just depends on how many sets of eyes go through it. And I ensure that games are engaging, challenging, and enjoyable for our targeted audience. Then we got project management, and I lead a development team of 7. And so what we do is we coordinate with other departments to ensure that our new games are developed within established timelines and budgeting. And then quality control, because a company is only as good as the products it pushes out. What we're going to cover today are these said topics. And so the problem that we're having today is that people aren't connecting anymore, and they're not having meaningful conversation. And it doesn't really help that there are games out there that are boring, predictable, and don't engage everyone, just because people are really caught up on their phones and everything. I believe that the solution to this problem is our new card party game, Altron. And we found a way for people to step out of their comfort zone and connect again. So some of the components that are a part of the game the components that are going to be in the box of the game is going to include a deck of green cards, which are going to be the more lighthearted and easy questions with prompts on them. And then we're going to have a deck of red cards, which are going to be a little more difficult questions. Those are going to be the hard ones, the fun ones, quote unquote. And then a pair of dice as well. And then not included, but we are going to recommend on the packaging an alcoholic beverage of your choice, and friends, enemies, family members, or strangers to play with, because no matter who you play with, you're going to get closer with them. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to play. So that's going to be, someone's going to roll the dice, and then if you get above a 6, you are going to get a green pass, and you get a green card. Easy question. And like I said, the ones on here are lighthearted, and they're very fun to talk about. But the whole point of the game is the red cards. So say you roll less than a 6, if the total of your 2 dice is less than a 6, then you get one of the red cards. And those are going to be the more difficult pressing questions, a little more abstract, just a lot deeper. And say someone doesn't want to answer the red card question, then they are going to have to take a penalty. And a penalty in our case is going to be a shot of whatever your beverage is. And if once you get 3 penalties, you are out and you lose the game. And the reason that we have that rule is because we want to ensure that our customers are drinking responsibly. A little bit about the journey of Altron. So it all started when Parker Brothers were looking for their next hit game. And one of our interns, Trina Sanders, she's not an intern anymore. About 2 years ago, we hired her. And she brought an idea to my desk that was on a piece of paper. I really liked it. And for the past 2 years, we've been working, improving, and developing this game. So on my development team of 7 people, we created many questions. We had created green card questions and red card questions. And the age matters of these team members because they range from 23 to 29. And that's a little more specific, but around the age group that we're looking to our targeted audience. And we want to ensure that we have the most relevant and interesting prompts that entice our audience. The prototype we made was tested by 30 volunteers, We split them into groups of 6 and they played, and we got feedback from them. Their ages ranged from 21 to 28, and we took that feedback and integrated it into our final product. The prototype that we made that they played actually mostly had like the lighthearted green card questions, quote unquote. And they did enjoy the game, but after we took a lot of their feedback, we realized that the subjects were right in that it was dry and it was missing something. So that's when we realized that we needed to add more difficult pressing questions. And after we did that and added the dice for a more competitive factor, it was cooked to perfection. We feel like we created an actual icebreaker game that are going to get people to connect on a deeper level than a lot of the, again, quote unquote, icebreaker games that are out there. It's definitely gonna make people uncomfortable in a good way, and it's gonna create really interesting and meaningful conversation topics. I want to thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to pass the mic on to Rhodey, our IT manager. Thank you.